Welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 64.
Hi, my name is Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy on Ravelry, Plurk, Instagram, and just about everywhere else.
I'm Marlisha, also known as Lady Furtico on Ravelry and Plurk, Shadowlight of Shadowlight 1 on The Writer's Voice, and I'm also known as Lady Furtico on Fitbit.
Franciscan Gypsy.
And then anywhere else, I'm usually just known as Marlisha.
We do have a new camera, so hopefully you'll notice that it's a little clearer. I guess Dad was backing up our podcast, so didn't realize he was doing it, and he noticed that he thought we looked a little grainy, so he picked up a camera for us.
Well, he had it, and he said use it. So
I didn't realize he already had it.
Yeah, he had it.
So
he picked it up. I think he picked it up when you were at school and we were Skyping.
Okay.
But
there we go, it's off meta.
Yeah. First of all, if you want to have anything to drink or to eat, something hot, something cold, depending on your area of the world and your time of day, please feel free to either pause us or not and get what you'd like to get.
I currently am having Heath and Heather's Wild Blackcurrant tea, which is very hard to get.
Which is, other than my chai tea, is probably my favorite tea. I got hooked on it when we lived in England. Denise, you remember Way and Saves, right?
Maybe they don't have them maybe they didn't have them in her area of England.
She was in Lakenheath.
That's true.
So
the Way and Save was in
It was in Bedford, but it wasn't the only place. And all the newsagents, I'm sure, had it. So anyway, that was my favorite there, and it took forever to find it. One day Talia was going through, I think it was a couple days ago, she was going through and I was like, Mom, you had that tea you liked. I said, well, every time I go through, it's on my list, and it says unavailable. Well, this time it was available, so we picked up, I think, 3 or 4 boxes of it. But anyway, wanted to welcome our new and returning viewers. Yes. We have 2 new members. And we want to remember
we have sections. Mm-hmm. So that is
publicity.
Should we count the guess what song is at the beginning of the podcast to publicity?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and it's not for any prizes, it's just for giggles.
No, it's just for giggles. If you can guess, if you think you know what the song is from the intro, post your guess in the thread.
I think it's pretty easy.
I think it's pretty easy. Yeah.
But maybe not everyone's a fan of the same kind of things we are.
True, so we'll see. It'll be fun to see. Please feel free to put your guesses in. We'd like to see it. No prizes, just for fun.
Fun. Yeah, sorry. But yes, publicity. Welcomes.
Yes, we have 2 new members. Crafty Duchess. And I'm sorry, I do not know how to pronounce your name. It's Maike.
Maiki?
I'm not sure. It's very pretty, and I've just never seen it before, so I'm not sure. The second one is one I thought was already a member. So Froggy Monkey, who is Amy from the Knitting in Circles podcast.
Welcome.
Yay, welcome to both of you. Darren, where are you? You're welcome too. It's not just a girls' club. So
yes, we won't throw things at you.
Holly might be lonely here without being the only guy in the group. Anyway, welcome to our 2 new members, Crafty Duchess and Froggy Monkey, and to all of our returning viewers. We're glad that you have come back.
This tea requires no sugar.
It's great.
You just steep it for the full 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that reminds me. Emily of the Holding the Sticks podcast.
Who you thank for heartburn?
Okay. On Instagram, she earburned me for something, and I thanked her for it, but my cell phone auto-corrected, and I ended up thanking her for heartburn. So
don't let her fool you, Emily. She said that you
Emily,
give her heartburn.
You give me heartburn.
We love Emily. She's from Holding the Sticks. She's really funny. She's cute.
So, yes. I toast you some hot tea.
Emily. And if you can get a hold of it, Emily, I know you're a tea aficionado. Try and get a hold of the Wild Blackcurrant. It's, what is it,
Heath and Heather.
Heath and Heather, and it's from England.
Yeah, and you can get it on Amazon. It is hard to get a hold of. It's good stuff. All the Heath and Heathers are pretty good. Mm-hmm. They have a red berries one, which I love. And I think I showed you that on Instagram.
And it made me laugh. I never noticed it before. It has Nim.
Like the secret of.
Like the secret of.
It's made by rats.
The secret of Nim. And it's backwards for you guys, I guess. But
no, it's showing the right way.
Is it forward? Okay.
I think. I can read it.
Anyway, moving along, the Podiversary,
Alzheimer's.
that's afterward.
Oh, is it?
I can do the Alzheimer's first.
You drop it.
As far as I know, I have not heard from Anastasia yet. I'm assuming that the Asperger's, the Alzheimer's awareness fundraiser is still going on.
We haven't heard otherwise.
We have not heard otherwise. I want to thank all of those who are helping her to spread the word by posting on your web pages, on your Facebook pages, wherever you might be posting or talking to people. And those of you who may have contributed, we really appreciate it. She's got a wonderful blanket that I believe is up as a prize.
Oh, it's a beautiful
blanket.
Beautiful.
Purple, beautiful blanket.
And it's the Alzheimer's colors.
Yes, those are the Alzheimer's colors. And once again, we will put the link in the thread so that you can check her out. It's really an important cause, and we hope
it's something that could potentially affect anyone of us.
Anyone. And from a very young age.
30s is the earliest that I've held it.
Right. And so we'd like to, we thank you for any support you've already given, and if you'd like to, to continue supporting by passing the word along, we'd appreciate that as well. Now, to the Podiversary. Podiversary. What accent was that?
I have no idea.
That
messed up.
Okay, so we are about 3 weeks, I guess, into the Podiversary.
Were you attempting to do a, not Eva.
No, I wasn't attempting to do her. I was just feeling snooty. Anyway, I failed.
Yes.
The Podiversary craft along, knit, crochet along, cal is still going on. We have a few whips in. We have a few finished objects in. We are still open and will continue to be open either to the middle of September or to the end of September. We haven't quite decided. We want to make sure that everybody has a chance to get in. You do not have to finish the object.
No, you can put your whips in.
Right.
You can put one whip picture, a picture of your whip once a week.
And then if you have
if you have an FO, you can put the FO that week as well.
Right. So that week, if you have a whip and then you finish it later in the week, you can have that FO in that week of that same project.
And we also have a poll. Yes, Nicole, Scarves, etc. Put up a poll. What end of the yarn did you start with first, the red or the blue?
And it was fun, and we really appreciated that.
So yeah, it's near the bottom of the thread. Feel free to
take part in it.
Take part. And I think so far reds are winning.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm the only blue. And we will have a small prize or two, depending on how many people participate. So please put your projects in, finished or not. We'd like to see what you're up to, and you could win a small prize, probably a pattern or something. Okay. All right, moving along. Oh, Spin Quest.
Is this under?
I think it's.
Is it still publicity?
I think so.
Or autobiography. Are we doing autobiography at the beginning?
No, we always do autobiography at the end.
Okay, but I think that's. I'm not sure that's publicity really. Then that would be more autobiography.
Oh, we can push it along then. Go ahead. Do you have something to show? How many whips do you have?
Okay, so hooks. Hooks, yes. Well, they're whips in the hook section.
Whips are hooks.
Yes.
It must be painful.
1, 2, 3. You see, I did that. I just pretended that didn't happen.
1, 2,
3, 4. 4.
I have 3.
Okay, I guess I start then.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think which one I'll start with. Socky sock. I barely worked on this. And the Tangerine Designs Stormtrooper bag. They can't hit anything. Let's see. So this is.
Even when they're standing still.
These are my Christine socks. Although I think that was just a reputation I developed later for the Stormtroopers, because if you watch New Hope, he was saying how the shots were too accurate for Obi-Wan was saying that the shots that happened against the Jawas were too accurate for Raiders. That only Imperial Stormtroopers could have such precision. So You know,
Oh,
at
yeah,
one
well,
point
yeah.
they were precise.
Well, it was just something that people wanted to rag on.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry, geek moment. You already saw the finished sock, the first finished sock for Christine. So here's the hoe.
You do not like that term.
Half object hoe.
We'll call it a ho-ho.
But ho-hos are yummy, and this sock is not yummy.
Well, it's not a hoe either.
So I have long feet. And let's see. Oh, I didn't give much detail. This is Simple Skip sock pattern by Adrienne Koo. I believe it's a free pattern. I'm using US 2 DPNs in the Wild Hair Fiber Studio yarn in the blue pink colorway. So, and I think I did 2. I have an owl. Okay then. I think I did like 2 or 3 rows on the other sock.
On the sock. Oh, you finished? Yeah, you did finish it.
Yeah, I just haven't finished this one. So,
It's coming along.
it's just been 2 or 3 rows. This was started back when I hibernated it. Well, actually, this is back when I was doing jury duty.
Right.
It's a sock's fault. That explains everything.
Of course it does.
Okay, anyway. I will explain that later.
There's no explanation. Just give it up. Just throw up your hands and say that's Talia.
Alright, so that's really all on this one. It didn't get very much attention. Your turn.
Poop doodles. Okay. Let me
Are you pooping doodles with N?
am doing. Okay, I'm going to go with my, the one I pulled out of hibernation. I pulled my Sedment shawl
We both pulled stuff out of
hibernation. It's, the Sedment shawl is by Marilena Lynx. And Marilyn Lynx. I'm using US 6s and Plymouth Yarn Stiletto, in the Nemours colorway, which I just simply call the rainbow colorway. It's kind of tangled up in here because I shoved it in here.
Shove it?
And then I have an orange no makers that I'll be edging it with. And I know it's taking forever, but I put it away for a while. And I didn't
no love it.
well, it got a little bit of love, not a whole lot. I'm trying to see if I had a little doohickey marking. This little red doohickey.
The red doohickey?
Right here. You can see.
It's
Right there.
blending in.
Yeah, it's right there. Okay, right there. So I did maybe an inch, a couple 3 rows.
I think the colors are showing up pretty nicely.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit dark, but not too bad.
Well, I think it's just because it's dark back here.
Right. That's my point. So
But
I
it's pretty clear.
didn't do a whole lot because it's so similar to the other shawl that I just finished that I was kind of tired of the pattern. But I do want to finish this, and I feel a lot more confident about it now that I have finished the other pattern. So this one will be making appearances now and then. It may even go on retreat with me because I probably will not have finished it by September.
Mrs. Helm will go into like fits if she sees you actually knitting.
I know she doesn't think I knit because I was told I would never knit. It's hanging out in my bag, Faith, Hope, and Love bag, which I love. It's one of my first bags. I think it is my first bag.
Ooh.
So, yeah, just a little bit of love on that one. Your turn.
So, the next one I'm going to talk about, let's see, I didn't work very much on this one, so this one will be next. Actually, I can't remember which bag it's in. Hold on. Because I brought an extra bag out because I thought I worked on a project that I didn't.
She lied.
Well, I didn't actually say
to
it.
herself.
Oh, this is the right bag. Okay. Hot. Generally, tea is when it's hot. Batman bag. I have to remember to bring my stuff over because I'm not used to the camera being quite that much that way.
Yeah, I can't, and I have to remember which way to move it. I always want to move it this way. That way.
Okay, now that's just weird that you want to move it that way because
I do. I want to move it this way.
the camera is never that far that way.
I always want to move it that way. It doesn't matter which camera it is. I always want to move it that way.
Well, you're just broken there.
Hold. Excuse me.
Hold, please. No! Done with the project.
Ooh, pretty blue.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I
Be
like
nice
pretty
to
blue
it.
yarn. It's not my pretty blue yarn.
Well, you wouldn't get it if you heard it either. Okay, before I show it, while Mom's cuddling the blue yarn in the bags. This is the ink heart pattern. Well, the ink heart project. It's a Lush pattern by Tin Can Knits. And I'm using Miss Babs Yowza Weta Skein in the fountain pen colorway. And I got this pattern gifted to me by Nurse Cam Knits, which is awesome. And who is awesome. And last time I think I was on the first leaf. Now I started the third leaf. I'm doing the lacy section.
Are you? All right,
hold on. It's okay. Hold on.
Got it.
Boing. It's going to be a little tingly.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
So
it's pretty. I like that a lot.
The color is showing up pretty nicely.
It's a royal blue. It's so pretty. It's a little dark, but it's very.
I think it's pretty close though.
Yeah. There you go. That's good.
And you can see
it's not as purple as it's showing up.
Yeah.
It's definitely blue. And it may be showing up on your monitors as blue, but it looks like purple to me here.
And you can see kind of the leaf pattern.
Very pretty.
So I still have a few leaves to go. And then maybe I can do into actual sweater.
Now you're going to be forced to do leaves all the rest of your life.
Leaf.
What needles? What?
Oh, it is. Oh, that's right. This is one that I didn't write down the needle size. I think these were US 6s.
It's a little bit big to be 6s. Maybe they are.
I think they're 6s.
Yeah, they probably are.
The Ravelry page will know. But it might take too much effort to find the Ravelry
That's not a
page.
big deal. It might be.
I think it's 6s.
Yeah.
I'll go to my project page.
Yeah, it's probably 6s. It's just I'm not used to seeing metal. And it looks a little bigger because they're metal, but no big deal.
Yeah, I can't remember what size.
I think you did say 6 last time you showed it.
And I just forgot to write it down. Yeah, there we go. That got some love. Not too much. I really worked mostly on 2 projects.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take out my Lady Blue sweater, which is the Eyelet Yoke cardigan pattern.
You like yoke?
By Linda. I like egg yolk.
Is that kind of like liking Ike?
It's like Grandpa liking whites.
So you eat his yolks for him?
Yeah. My father is a health nut, and right now he's on a kick of egg whites, no yolks.
He's been on that for a while.
Yeah, he has. We tease him that he would eat cardboard, but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
If he thought there was nutritional value, I'm sure he would.
Yes. This is my Lady Blue, which is the I Like Yoke cardigan by Linda Perman. And Talia gave it to me, which was really nice. And I haven't made a whole lot of progress simply because I had to tear out one whole sleeve. To the,
she found that she needed shaping.
I needed the shaping. It didn't look right.
It was belling.
Belling way too much. I did get back to the place where I was because the yarn, I've gotten to the point where I don't have any yarn. Well, I do have still a little bit of yarn around the middle where I ripped back. But not a lot. But it doesn't look like as much because it's single crochet and double crochet together instead of all double crochet. Am I?
It's like your yarn is behind you or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. But you can maybe get an idea now. I don't know if you can tell. It's not belling as much as it was before.
It's starting to shape.
It's starting to shape because I'm decreasing, I think, whatever number of rows she decreases. I don't want to give too much information because this is a paid pattern. But the thing, I really like this pattern. The problem is, and one of the reasons I've been putting it aside, well, there's 2 reasons. One of them is I really have to have the correct light to do this. I can't see if I don't because the yarn is so dark. The other thing is the construction of the sleeve is really weird. It's not a continuous round. It's like a turn within the round, and it's really odd. It's hard for me to keep track of where I'm at. I have to use like all these systems of pins and things to make sure that I've got the right place. It's not that it's difficult. It's just something as a new knitter that kind of threw me a little bit. I thought they would just keep going around, but they don't. So
it's really odd.
It's very odd, but I'm enjoying the pattern. I hope she doesn't do all her sleeves like that because I really like her sweater patterns, and I would like to just not have to dread the sleeves. So, but I do like her patterns. They're very nice. They're very quick to crochet up, and it's just the sleeves that kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. Very nice pattern. Enjoying it immensely. And it's living in this is my bag, Sarah bag, my Monet bag. Yes, my Monet bag, which I really love. And this is the sweater size.
And it's a nice size.
Yes, it is a nice size. And I think this is actually closer to her tweeny size now. Lois now has a sweater size and a tweeny size, and the sweater size differs from the tweeny size.
You might almost have to put this in your sweater one because it's starting to poke out a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to have to put it in my turtle, I think. My turtle is what I would think is her actual sweater size. It's actually 17 inches. This one's closer to about 16 or 15 and a half.
And the sweater's starting to poke through.
And this is I think this is probably closer to her tweeny size as opposed to her sweater. It's still a really good size bag.
Which, I mean, it's funny. It's, I think this is close to being as bad as done as that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe not quite, but these...
What is?
This is Vivian.
Oh, okay.
Anytime I put a sweater in here, I haven't had the poking through problem. So I don't know if these bags are bigger than I think they are.
Well, I think I put more in there in terms of
yarn balls. I don't put as much yarn balls. Maybe
yeah.
That's what it is. Because I'm sitting here like, I've been able to fit a full... Of course, crochet sweaters are bulkier.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be part of the problem as well.
Right.
Because I'm trying to figure out why it's sticking out so much.
Because Lois and Floverbird's bags are not that different.
No, they aren't.
They're comparable. Yeah, they're both very well made. They're about the same size.
I think the only difference is
the handles.
The handles and the drawstrings.
Yeah, drawstrings. Yeah.
So, but they're very comparable.
Mm-hmm. Big fans of both of them. So, together. And that's about
My
it
turn.
for that. Your turn.
Okay. So, my next one I want to talk about is my Potiversary sweater, which is the Sugar Maple pattern by Karina Spencer. I'm using Kimberly R, which is who has KR Dye Works, and it's the Ultramarino 3-ply sock, and it's the Penhook and Needles colorway. I am using I think I'm using US 3s.
Yeah, those are pretty small.
Yeah, I see them being 3s. Let me check my thing.
3s or 4s, maybe?
3s.
3s? Oh, that's right, because you were looking for them, remember?
Yeah. So, I have moved into the purple.
Hey, the purple.
I'm going to miss the red. Insofar as, like, it's not going to be very much red. It's probably going to just be, it's probably going to end, like, around here. It's going to basically be the yolk is red.
It's really pretty there.
But then it moves into purple, and it'll be purple for a while before it goes into the blue.
I think that's a really nice way to do it, though. I'm glad that you started that because...
Well, the red would have been up at my hips.
Yeah.
And I didn't want the red at my hips.
Because it would, even if you had the same amount of blue, if this were the blue section, the smaller section...
Red just calls more attention.
Well, even with the blue, because it's just a thin band, it would call attention.
Yeah.
But the red, of course, because it's red.
But it's very nice, and the color is showing up pretty accurately.
Yeah. It's a little more, the purple is a little brighter on the screen, but it's pretty close.
That's pretty close. So, there we go. And there's a little bit of variation where the yarn didn't decide not to pick up the red all the way or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's very nice. I like her yarn. It's very soft.
Yeah, Kimberly makes a very, very good yarn, and I hope she gets all settled in soon so she can have a shop update. So, of course, she'll be Shenandoah.
Well, she can't have a shop update before Shenandoa because
that's right. She can't.
I'll be too expensive.
Well, she needs to have a shop date so we can tell her what to bring with her and hold it. See, we're lucky enough, blessed enough that she's from our area and she's going to have some of her yarn at Shenandoah. So if we see something in the shop update, we'll just ask her to hold on to it for us. Yeah.
Or I just might go, ha, Mom's in class. So funny.
I'll just email her and have her hold it for me.
I would be like, don't leave her anything.
She's going to buy it all. Yeah, that might be a little expensive. Okay, my final project is the Zarina Shawl project. It's from the Scrap Shawl pattern by Anastasia Knits, who is Anastasia Sattel. She's the lady, the podcaster, the designer who's doing the Alzheimer's awareness. And let me just...
You know that you always call it Alzheimer's. It's just Alzheimer's.
I know, I do. It's just the way I say it.
Because there's no...
I know it's where
If you look at the spelling.
I have more pressing issues. Where is my hook? No, my doohickey thingy to hold it.
I don't have any extras.
Here's an extra here. It's not the one I was using, but that's okay. I'll probably find it when I stand up. I started working on this, I guess, a couple weeks ago. Whenever it was that Nicole started working
sour
on
at the bottom.
I finished the blue section, put in the second color and the third color, and I'm not finished with the silver yet. I think I will be
the colors are showing up pretty nicely.
Yeah, I'll be continuing with the silver for at least one more repeat, maybe two, and then go back in for the same size of the blue-gray, and then I will go back into the blue and I will see if that's where I want to bind off.
You'll probably be done at that point.
Yeah, I might be, because it's getting big. It's getting pretty good size, so I might be able to. I might just see how far I can get with the silver before I need to go ahead and go back into the blue, and then I will tie it all together with this bright blue. So yeah, I think so. I didn't realize how fast it was going to grow. I like it. It's really warm. It'll be nice for the wintertime. In fact, you'll probably see me wearing this a lot when we podcast back here in the wintertime because it gets cold. And I use an eye hook, and the yarn is, see how I'm ignoring her? I'm using a 5.5, which is an eye hook, and Yarn Bee Soft Secret yarn in the bright blue and mist colorways. And this, I'm not sure what this, oh, it's denim. It's something denim. That's what it is.
Not be ignored.
I love you. I'm hoping to finish this by next week. Then maybe I will finish my sweater, concentrate on my sweater. Stupid sleeves. Or am I not? I will see.
But I've on the wild side bits. Not make up her mind until the time comes.
I'm having fun with it, and it's so soft. Anyway, this is what it is. And Scarves, etc. Nicole and I are going to have Buddy Blue sweaters. Not sweaters, Bloody Blue shawls.
Bloody Blue?
She beat hers.
Really?
Hi, Nicole.
Do we need to inform Shawl Protection Services?
Yeah. Hi, Nicole. Anyway, that's my shawl, and I'm really enjoying it. It is a lot of fun, and it's easy to keep track of once you get a hold of what the pattern's saying, because I'm pattern challenged. But once I get it, I'm okay.
My turn. My turn.
Your turn.
My turn.
Whee! Everything turn.
There's a creepy llama.
Creepy llama. Creepy llama. See, I was right.
How can you see that face is creepy? Look at that face.
Creepy. Creepy.
Look at those faces. How can you say they're creepy? Poor little llamas.
Creepy. Creepy, creepy, creepy.
Ooh, creepy! Anyway, so in the llama bag is the project I've been working on mostly when I'm not at work or watching TV. Or, well, I can do it if I'm watching TV, but I don't do it when I'm with the family watching TV. It got attention last night, but I got distracted, and I'll explain that later.
Two guesses. One guess for those who are paying attention.
This is the Legless project. It's a Vivian pattern by Yosada T. I've been working on it about a year and a half, on and off. I mean, making size 36. I probably could have gone down a size. That was when I didn't quite know how to measure, but I think it'll be fine. It'll just be that I can put stuff underneath of it. Using US 9 Knit Picks interchangeable circulars. I went up to 9 because it called for bulk yarn. Bulky yarn, and I used worsted per the advice of someone in the yarn shop.
Was that the same person who told me to pick up so much yarn for my scarf?
I think it might have been.
She was sweet.
Although I went and got gauge for this. One of my first gauge watches too, though. So we'll see.
That'll be good. It's all good.
I think it'll be fine. If not, no, it'll be fine. It has to be fine.
I get a sweater. No, it's too big. I won't get it.
Stonehenge Fiber Mill Shepherd's Wool in the blue spruce colorway.
Beautiful color, by the way.
So
beautiful, beautiful plumage.
I'm about to need to start another ball of yarn. I'll probably start another ball of yarn tonight. And thankfully, I am going to be heading to cable row, so I need to not work on this until my, well, I have to see if it's actually one more cable. I told my friend I would show him what cabling was like, because he tried to get me to explain it, and I was like, I can't explain cabling to you, I'm just going to have to show you.
With or without the cables. I'm sorry, I've been watching Knitting in Circles, and I've been watching Darren. It makes me laugh.
With the cable needle.
With cable needle.
I don't do without cable needle. Don't do it.
I do not, in fact.
So I am probably about 16 rows from the end of the body. Well, till they have you hold stitches and start the sleeves. And then I guess after you attach the sleeves, maybe go into yoke. I don't know.
So you hold stitches with waste yarn or with the...
No, with the... I'll just do it with this. Take the needle tips off, and I have caps to put on the end. Which is nice about interchangeable.
Yes.
But it has come quite a ways.
Very nice.
And the color's pretty accurate.
She has a curtain.
As you can see, there is the back, all the seed stitch, the cables there. Some cables on that side, some cables on this side.
And that comes around front?
Yes, it does. It'll do that kind of thing.
Yeah, that'll be pretty.
There's the back.
Very nice.
Now on the left front at one point, oh, there it is. I didn't discover it till several rows down, but I'm not sure if you'll even be able to tell. Probably not. Hang on, let me turn this around. Anyway, you might not be able to tell. I think it's right there. You can't hardly tell.
He hasn't looked that hard. You're just looking.
Anyway, I flipped a cable, and instead of doing a, I think I was supposed to do a left.
Make one left?
No. It was a cable. Instead of doing it, either I was supposed to do a cable 4 front, did a cable 4 back, or vice versa. Regardless, I did the wrong cable, and it flipped, so the cable's not facing in the right direction in that section. And not the whole section, just that one block. So the rest of the cable in that line looks fine. It's just that one row, I did it wrong. But I discovered it several rows up, and I wasn't going to change it. Because I was like, there's too much cable work that I would need to reverse. That would be a pain in the rear to tink. So I was just like, it's a design modification, and I'll just pay more attention next time. Oh, also, I discovered something. I had the 2010 pattern. I didn't realize, I picked it up in 2011. I didn't realize that in 2012, 2013, anyway, they updated the pattern.
Don't they automatically update the pattern?
I think I just didn't register because I wasn't actively working on it at the time. Because I had it in my library.
Oh, you had it in your library. Okay.
I just didn't notice at the time that it updated because I wasn't actively working on it.
Right.
So, thankfully, I got that chart and saw where the changes were made, and it made a lot more sense after that point. Coincidentally, the change that she made was what made sense in my head, too. So, that's good. Alrighty then, I think that's all whipsers.
Okay. That brings us to what?
That brings us to rough draft, because we don't have any.
No finished objects. Do you have finished objects?
I do. I have stuff on the bookshelf.
Okay. I do not have anything else.
Let me stick this back where it belongs.
I was not able to get anything finished, but Talia did, so if she ever find it.
Well, I know where it's at. I just want to put...
She knows where it is. She just can't find it.
That is not true, in fact. I just need to put this away. Okay. So...
All those I remember, yes.
I have finished Ladasha and Sabre Ann. And I will inform my coworker as soon as I get off that I have a surprise for her. She did not know that I was making these for her twins on the way. My coworker's on bed rest. Well. So
they're not nearly as blue as they're looking. There's more green to them.
That
can see it better.
Gives a better idea. So little baby hats. It's a free pattern.
And they're just adorable.
I used the Bright Colors Baby Hat by Roxanne Wood for both of them. It was a free pattern. And I used the Cyberx Craft Rooms with that yarn with the Cyber Craft Rooms yarn without borders colorway. And it's done.
They're done.
They're done. Ends woven in and everything. So.
And they're very cute and they're very stretchy. I think they'll last for a while.
So.
I mean, that can last almost for maybe 3 to 6 months.
Well, at least until the baby's head.
Yeah, depending on, because twins will be small usually, so it should last for a while. Maybe through the winter.
And it's fingering weight, so it won't be too thick for little babies.
Little baby heads. They won't get overheated.
Yet. Alrighty, that's all for that.
Excuse me. Like I said, no rough drafts for either one? No.
Writer's block.
Oh, yeah, I have quite a few of those. Do you have any?
No.
All right, I'll just go
I took stuff out of hibernation.
Yeah, I did too. I went through and put some stuff in hibernation officially. I officially hibernated my Blue Heaven sweater by Lisa Gentry. I'll come back to it later or rip it out and decide what I'm going to do later on. I hibernated Cleopatra Shawl by Kendall Nahoraniak. I'm not sure. I apologize for butchering that. The crocodile.
Butchering it?
Yeah. I believe that was a mystery cowl, and I got really excited about it, and I just stopped. I also hibernated my Crochetin by Martha Simonson, my Desert Sunset. That's the one that's lace weight, and I just am not willing to work on it right now. Hopefully I'll go back to it. And then I have 2 by Anastasia that I hibernated. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do them. I'm doing one right now of hers. It's just I see her projects, I get big eyes, and I start them, and I don't have time to finish them. So I've hibernated her flower pot Afghan and her confetti shawl, and I will come back to them as soon as I have a little more time. It's just I see her new stuff, and I'm like, ooh, that's pretty. I want to start that. And I start it, and then it sits, and it gets hibernated. So Anastasia, still love your patterns. Has nothing to do with the fact that I don't want to do them. It just has something to do with the fact that
core impulse control.
Yes, core impulse control. And I do have one that I'm almost finished with. See, I'm being good. I'm doing one of yours. So, okay, that's my writer's block. Prompts?
I don't have anything for prompts this time. Nothing that's new.
No, I don't have anything new either at this point.
Oh, I forgot to bring one of my royalties.
Oh, I do have a finished object. I completely forgot. And this is where my spin quest comes in.
Did you want to just bring that up when we do autobiography?
Well, my spinning is finished objects.
Yeah, but it can kind of go together because you want to talk about spin quest all together. Okay. It's still a finished object.
All right, fine.
Well, you don't want to ruin it by going. Okay, do your finished object.
Let's go forward. What are we doing?
She's going to sit there and pout.
She's mean and nasty.
She's going to sit there and
pout.
She's going to sit there and pout now.
What are we doing?
I left the Harry Potter knits in the other room, but you've seen it on budgets of the Harry Potter knits.
Oh, the book. Yeah,
you've already seen that on 20 million different podcasts.
Yeah.
I picked it up because I liked a couple of sweaters.
Some of the sweaters are really pretty.
I guess we can just go into Spin Quest now because that's where my
well, do you have Stash Enhancement? I guess all that's
all Spin Quest.
Okay.
And we want a huge Spin Quest section. So.
Yeah. All right.
Now you can talk about your yarn. No.
Spin Quest was this past weekend. It was a lot of fun. I am not a spinner, and I don't think I ever will intend to be a spinner. But I enjoyed doing it. I know I can do it. Not very well, but I can do it. There were 2 people in the beginner's class. Taya Space filled up with a lady who also had a spindle, who was a beginner. She had a little more experience than I did. I was like the newbie of all novices. So I had borrowed her spindle.
My spindle, not the lady's spindle.
Right. And I will show you what I did. Just promise not to laugh. Well, first of all, they gave us a mystery pack, okay, of all this Fiber.
Fibery goodness.
Okay, it's fibery. And I didn't use too much of it, so it may go up either as a prize or as a D-stash, along with these that were also part. This one is a fibery tribbles, half an ounce of mini bats from Gourmet Stash yarn stash. I don't know. Anyway, it's pink and black and it looks really nice, and you can't really see it. Here, let's try it that way. Okay, and this is also Gourmet Stash
Pencil roving.
pencil roving, hand carded ponies.
Look how it's spelled Jane.
Yes, plain Jane. And it's, you can find this on gourmetstash.com.
But I guess it's Firefly's Jane, who's plain Jane in this case.
Yes. So this also, all this will probably go up for D-stash or for a prize. If you spin, let us know. And because I don't think I'm going to be doing any more spinning, it hurts my wrist after a while, and I'm not going to buy a wheel to find out if I like spinning anymore because they're expensive, and I don't want to buy it and find out that I still don't like to spin. I enjoyed it, but my arms can't handle it. My finished projects,
Finished objects
from the Spin Quest.
You see, I told you that if you waited 5 seconds, it would.
5 seconds is too long. This, it did explode, in fact, and this was the result.
But did it implode or explode? You go, whoop, wee.
That's it. Anyway.
Sorry, it's a Ninja Turtles reference.
Can You Spin This was part of the Spin Quest. And I got a big long strip of this, that stuff you make scrunchies out of, you know, the netty kind of stuff.
Scrubbies versus
scrunchies. Yeah, scrubbies.
You wouldn't want to put it in your hair.
Right. Well, you could, but
you wouldn't want
so I tore it into strips and took some of the fiber from the bag. And this, Melissa Ricks from Wild Hair Fiber Studios helped me to skein this up. This is definitely art yarn. You can see this is the scrubby thing, part of it.
I don't like art yarn.
I don't either. I don't get it. But I'm keeping this because
she spun it.
I spun it. So, and then this is what's still on my, well, on Talia's spindle. It's not very even. This is the first time I've ever even held a spindle to spin anything.
So did you find that you used it more supported or more?
I did not use it supported, but I think I probably could have benefited. I tried the top whorl, and I didn't like it as much.
You see, I love top whorl.
It hurt my wrist.
Mm-hmm.
It hurt my wrist.
I thought this would be a better option because of.
Even when I didn't use this, and I may still pick up one of these just because they're $8 or $9, and every once in a while, if I want to play around with it, I can.
Well, you can just play with this when I don't use my
maybe
my bottom whorl that much.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I enjoyed this. I did. But the thing is it takes too much time for me, and there are so many people who do it so much better than I do and can get exactly what they want in exactly the consistency they want that I can buy, and then I don't waste time that could be knitting or crocheting or writing. So let me see if I can find a picture. We were given a picture to figure out what we were going to do our colorway as. And the picture had two sides. So it's this way, and you guys know this is not really my color scheme. This, however, I don't like the picture, the photo necessarily, but I like the color. So that's why
you don't like the Walking Dead there?
Yes, I don't like the zombie. Anyway.
Nothing against, zombies.
Yes, nothing. Yeah, let's hope the talking at zombies don't get offended. But anyway, this is what I was basing my colorway on, and you can't. I had to do it based on the bat that I picked up. They didn't have any bats that had the real royal blue in it, but you can kind of see if you look closely. There's pink in here. There's yellow green. I don't know if there's. I didn't get to the black, but it was fun. That was my inspiration picture. We did not get to pick our inspiration pictures. It was shoved at us. So it was fun. And those are my finished objects from that. Now, do you want me to move into stash enhancement?
Yes.
Okay. I picked up a copy of Ply Magazine, not because I intend to continue spinning.
And everyone's seen the cover at this point.
Yes. The second one is on its way. My understanding, Melissa Ricks, who was one of the coordinators there, stated that the second issue is on its way to the newsstands, and these were like the last few of the premiere issue, and that they were not going to be reissuing them. So I thought, okay, I'm going to buy this. I'm not going to give it up. Ty and I will probably take turns. The only reason I picked it up was because it has a couple of patterns in it, and it has a really nice history of fiber and, you know, where it came from and the different sheep, and it's really fascinating.
It's cute pictures of sheep. What can you say?
Yeah, and so
I like this song.
Yeah, and that's why I got there's 2 or 3 patterns in here. I just liked it for the history, to be honest, and it'll probably stay on my bookshelf because I can use it for my writing. So I was happy about that.
She'll start writing about sheep.
Yes. The other stash enhancement that I got. Do you want to do yours?
Well, yours was the first.
Okay. I got.
Because that was the original Temptation. And you're the one telling the story.
From Grindstone Ridge Farm. Can you see that already?
Yeah, they can see it.
Okay, and they are based in Maryland. There were a couple of vendors there, wild-haired, this person, and
we didn't even need to go out of our town. I didn't go at all. I was at work. But
yes.
She didn't even need to go out of town to.
Really, really well priced. This is so soft. It is
super soft.
Blue Face Leicester sock yarn, 25% nylon with superwash Blue Face Leicester.
It's BFL.
464 yards. Machine wash, color, cooled water, line dry.
Did they give you a colorway?
The colorway
is
non-existent. This is very autumnal. It's got kind of olive green, forest green, a burnt rusty orange, tan.
They can see it.
It's very pretty. The colors are pretty true. It's a little dark.
It's pretty true.
But very, very pretty. Every once in a while, I just get the urge to have something a little different, and these are the colors I will go to, the autumn colors. I love this. It's, like I said, 464 yards.
It's super soft.
It is so soft, you would not believe. Taya thought maybe there's some cashmere or something because hers, well,
mine's not quite as soft.
Hers is not quite as soft. I picked up some for her.
And it's the same thing. It's BFL. But so I don't know why hers is so much softer. But
she almost didn't get this one.
I love this one. This is really pretty. It's got greens and such. And I guess a little bit of
blue,
black,
teal, brown, purple.
So it's really pretty. And I guess that the BFL's name is Julie. So
yeah, that's what this is.
I guess Julie is giving us all her.
You, Julie.
You, Julie. Well, she's a you.
Yeah, you, Julie.
But yeah, 464 yards. Very happy. I've looked at some poncho patterns that we use up this yarn.
I think I'm going to use a shawl. They had some really pretty cream that I would have loved to have done with this. There was a different base, and it was like double the price, and I just couldn't afford it. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just do
Not with the Fiber Festival coming up.
Yeah, we got Shenandoah coming up, so I wanted to save for that.
And I fully... Oh, Shenandoah, that reminds me. We're talking about a podcast and meetup for the Shenandoah Fiber Festival. We're talking around noon. We don't know where yet.
Right.
That's Mom's break between classes from noon to 1. Our next class, the cabling class, starts at 1. I do not have a morning class, however. Mom's class goes from 9 to noon, and then she has one. Then we have one together, 1 to 4. But from 9 till noon, I'll be wandering around the Fiber Festival. So stop by and say hi to me. I know that Nicole, Scars, etc. thought, oh, I won't be able to see you guys because you have a very limited period of time. Look for me.
Nicole, come and meet me after class. We'll eat lunch and go to the podcasting and everything. I want to meet you. So anybody who is there, I will be available from noon to 1. I have to eat lunch.
But I'm available all day.
You'll have all day to see her. I want to see you
too.
Yeah, like I heard her. Little Miss Eggshell.
Yeah, find something hard.
Not as soft as mine.
I know.
I can take it back.
No, you can't. You're right. Give it away. No take backs.
I can do whatever I want.
Nope, no take backs.
Anyhow, we would love to meet you, and we will. I think we will be going back on Sunday. My husband had said to me that if we didn't think that we would be able to shop on Sunday, on Saturday, that I could go back because it looks like I won't have any time really to look at the yarn and stuff like that. by the time I get out, even with that hour, they should be closing down. I probably won't be able to look at a whole lot of stuff. So I'll probably be going back with Talia after Mass on Sunday, right when it opens. So if you see us on Sunday morning, say hi.
We better think of wrapping up pretty soon.
Yeah? Okay.
Gonna bring into autobiography. I'm just looking at the time. Dad should be coming home pretty soon.
Oh my goodness.
Autobiography. I got sent home last night from work because my heart rate did it again. I got into work, got extremely hot, sweaty. My hands started trembling a bit. My heart rate hit between 100 and 139. We got some blood work done today.
Yeah.
Don't really know what's going on. Last time it happened was 6 months ago. I'm sure it's nothing.
I want to thank Michelle,
Yeah.
who was sweet enough to tell me that if I needed support, that I have her text number. I could call her, and she had her phone on her. And I really can't tell you how much I appreciated that. So thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. And she is from 3 Stitches.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Fine.
So there's really no good reason for my body to be doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't changed anything. So who knows?
No. So we're going to figure it out. The doctors did take you seriously, so that's
yeah,
good.
and I'll probably just next time it happens, just try to breathe through it or whatever and make it go away.
If it gets to the point like it did, though, you have to come home. You can't
be
doing blood work when you're doing this.
Well, that's why you sit down for a bit, and we won't have this discussion on the air because we disagree.
Yes. She's being a stupid daughter, and I'm being a correct parent. So
I know medical stuff.
She thinks she knows it all.
I know more than you do when it comes to medical stuff.
Well, yes.
Anyway.
Apply it. She does not, in fact, apply it.
Anyway, obsessions. I got some writing done.
Yay.
She did too.
I did. I got some 500 Club stuff done.
And
a piece of the wrap hook.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Other obsessions. I was on a rawhide marathon last night. Yes. And yes.
He's 72 years old.
He was cute back then. Clint Eastwood was really cute back then.
Now, according to her, he's scrawny.
He was, and also I like his character. Robbie's a fun.
He acts before he thinks.
But he's sweet.
He acts before he thinks.
He's cute.
He's 70-some odd years old.
But he was in fact that.
He might be older than that. I'm not sure. I think he's older than my parents.
Well,
I don't know. Anyway.
Well, let's see. That was first season, so that was 50. Let's see. I think that was 56, 57. It was late 50s, and he was 30 in that show. Even though I
he's older than my parents.
Yeah, and he was playing younger than that, because he looked younger than that. But anyway.
But we don't want to belabor that fact because we're getting long.
Yes, we are. So, if you haven't watched Rawhide, watch it. I know that Izzy Sun Country has, and she didn't just say he was cute. She said he was gorgeous. So.
There's Sun Country. We love Izzy.
Anyway, so, guess what the song was at the beginning, and...
Put your guess in the thread, and we'd love to hear and see and all that kind of stuff. 64? 64.
Yes.
When I get older,
lose my hair many years from now. Dun, 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 dun. Will it still send me a Valentine?
Okay. Anyway, this is the end of Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast episode 64. That's a wrap.